Hello, I'm Kari Samuels, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach with your 2021 forecast. Yay! Happy New Year! We made it to 2021 and this year is going to be exciting. This is going to be a wild ride. 2021, the themes are freedom, revolutionary change, and radical transformation. Totally boring, right? So this is going to be a wild ride. There's so much in store for you. So every calendar year, we usher in a new universal year in numerology. So that universal year number gives you an idea about the spiritual lessons that you're going to have to integrate and the energy that we have to understand and integrate as well. And it's a universal year because it really is global. It shows us what each one of us on the planet is working on. And of course, we're all going to manifest that in different ways, but it's really profoundly accurate. So we are in this 5 universal year in 2021. 5 it's a pivot point. It's really dynamic. So it's the center of the single digits. So it really is a turning point and fosters a lot of dramatic change. Now the letters that add up to the number 5 in the English language are N, E, and W, which spell the word new. So this gives you an idea about what's in store for us this year. You really want to try new things, explore, experiment, be creative. This is about pushing the boundaries. The 5 is here to break up anything that's not working. It's here to break up structures and foundations that are limiting, restrictive in any way, and that aren't progressive. It really brings us toward the future, brings us towards progress and change. And that's why it's a real year of experimentation. Now, because so much had to change last year and so much, wow. I mean, it was hard. And you had to let a lot go. And you may be in that in-between place right now where you gave up a lot and you know you need to do something new, or maybe you didn't give it up, but you know it's not working for you anymore. Things are just really strained or tenuous in some ways, and you know you need something new. You know you need to try new things, or you're headed for something better, but you don't know what that is yet. Well, you know what? You're in a great place because that's where you're supposed to be. Because this is an energy of transformation and change. There's this sense that you're supposed to dip your toe in different waters and experiment and really explore and be creative. And the creative energy is not something that you just know inherently. It's about the discovering process. It's about the wild frontier that hasn't yet been explored. That's what this year is about. So if you feel that sense of confusion or unease or anything of that unknowing, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. So just remember that. It's an exciting place, but it's also kind of scary when you don't know what's going on. But just know that that's exactly right. So really this 5 is this pivot point. So because it brings freedom and progress, and there's this sense of breaking up the status quo, it's important to remember that not everyone in your life or the world is going to have the same idea about what freedom means. So this is why this number can also bring some drama. It's very dynamic. So, and maybe even that sense within you, like, should I, shouldn't I, right? It's like, I don't know. But I'm encouraging you to explore as much as you can and be as creative as you can. 5 is a very social number and group-oriented. And it's also associated with technology. So even because we're still in this year where it's not really in-person socializing as much, technology is going to be a big part of that still, and we're going to see a lot of progress in that. So, you know, it's also fun. 5 can be a lot of fun, and we didn't really have that much in 2020. We also have a lot of this freedom, revolutionary energy in our astrology as well. Now, you may remember this great conjunction of 2020 on the solstice. Do you remember 2020? Yeah. So on December 21st of 2020, we had that great conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, which are known as the social planets, because every 20 years when they meet up in a sign, it changes the paradigm. We have a whole new change in culture, change in society. It really is a bit radical. So the Roaring 20s is when that happened. The 40s, that was radical. The 60s, that was really radical. The 80s, that was radical in all the wrong ways. 2000s and 2020, it starts these paradigm shifts. So we're going to see progress being made in our culture. It's going to be a whole new genre, and we're ready for that. We're ready for a lot of change in our culture and our societies. So they met up in the sign of Aquarius, Saturn and Jupiter, and they're going to be in Aquarius throughout this whole year. And Aquarius is also a sign of revolution, radical change, freedom. It's a very much a power to the people energy. It's also associated with innovation and electronics and technology. So we're going to see a lot of innovation and progress in all of those realms. Aquarian is it's very much about the greater good. And again, we need that. And even though it's about the groups and societies and friends and culture, which is very much 5 energy as well, there's always a theme. It's also about the unique individual. So it is your unique voice that contributes beautifully to the greater good. And this is why creativity and art and culture are such a big part of what progress is. So your unique voice is as much a part of moving things forward as the collective energy. And it is the collective energy. You're the particle within the wave. That is so important. So because this energy is very dynamic and a little bit of a roller coaster, I want to make sure that you have everything you need moving forward for this very dynamic year. So there's 3 things to keep in your mind and your heart as you move toward the whole entire year. So keep these as your overarching themes and actions. So your first step is to be very proactive about change. Now, there's going to be a lot of areas in your life where it's easy to hold on to. The universe has been, and your intuition and your inner voice has been telling you it's time to move on. You really need to change this, but life is busy and things are scary to change, and so you may be holding on to some things that seem secure, or just because you're being complacent or you don't have time, the universe is going to force your hand. So it's really important that you are very, very proactive about change, because change is going to happen. So you might as well make conscious choices and be proactive about that. So again, keep that in your mind and your heart. And if you feel yourself being complacent in any way, really start to take some very concrete action steps moving forward. Again, dip your toe in different water. That's what this energy is about. It's not about knowing what you want. It's about at least exploring new things. Now, your second action step is to be flexible. This is a roller coaster year. And there's going to be a lot of times when life is going to happen and you don't necessarily, what you thought you were going to do, you won't have a chance to do. So it's good to leave things a little bit open and know that you can't just say, this is what I'm going to do and this is exactly how I'm going to get there. It's not the year for that. And as I'm tracking the energy for 2021, there's some very specific cosmic storms that are coming up, and there's these pivot points where it's really clear that your intentions will change. You know, I go through these in depth in the 2021 Illuminated event, and really specifically, but just so you know that you just need to stay very flexible, and if things start to feel like they're not right, pay attention to the universe. The universe is going to show you when and where you need to change, but just don't be stubborn about getting all your goals done, because they will probably transform over time. Okay, so it's important to have intentions, but it's important to know when they're going to change, and to let life happen as well. Now, your third action step is to dare to be yourself. Remember, this is about being unique. This is about both the 5 energy and the Aquarian energies. It's about expressing your voice and how your voice matters, and how being yourself is what attracts positive people and circumstances to you. And if you are hiding, and new identities are going to be emerging, so as you allow yourself to express who you are, even if it's someone you weren't before, if you want to do or be or represent yourself in a different way, that's what this year is about. The future, right? This is a futuristic energy, and that's happening right now. So be your future self, and don't hide parts of yourself. The 5 is associated with the 5th chakra, which is very much creative. It's very much about the voice that you were meant to share with the world, your unique gifts, your unique creativity. So as you dare to be different, you are going to attract a whole new world of possibilities to you. And this is going to be an exciting adventure. Now, because this is a bit of a roller coaster kind of year, never a dull moment, I want to make sure that you have the spiritual, emotional, and practical tools that you need. And this is why 2021 Illuminated is a 4-day event. On day 1, we do energy healing to let go of the grief, the heaviness, the emotional baggage, the emotional burdens of 2020. Oh my goodness, we're going to let that go and call in your guides and angels for spiritual protection, for renewal, for intention setting, so you have all those spiritual tools that you need moving forward. Now, on day 2, we go month by month, and we're looking at all of the deeper spiritual lessons that this year is going to bring, and there are a lot of lessons. And when the cosmic storms happen, and when the opportunity moments are, and so that you're prepared and you know how to plan to avoid some of the pitfalls that may occur, and that you can plan for happiness and success. We're going to go through your personal year numerology, which is really important to know how to focus your energy as best as you can focus, right? But what types of energies want to come through in your life, and how that relates to the 5 universal here, because it's a little bit different in every year. It's a lot different, actually. And we're also going to have a live Q&A. So I hope that you join me for that. I know that it can help you. I get so many thank yous every year from people who say it saved them a lot of time, money, headache, hassle, and heartbreak. So I hope you join me. It's extraordinary, and I want to impart on you all the tools that you need to be prepared. So whatever you choose to do, I am wishing you a magical, fantastic, fun, fabulous 5 universal year and beyond. It is going to be such an exciting adventure. So onward with the journey. I love you so much, and let's do this. Lots of love. Bye for now.